Hey everybody, Captain B-Nard back here with another Wi-Fi battle. So today we have a battle against Sirius, and so yeah, looking at their team looks to be very powerful, very meta. Yeah, definitely going to be a tough one to crack. Looking at my team, it is the same one that I've been using the past couple games here. So, what do I want to lead with in this one? I think we're going to go with the Alolan Muck, actually, in this one. Seems decent. And yeah, we'll see how that works out. Alright. So, there she is, and she is going to go ahead and lead with the Dragapult as we lead with the Alolan Muck. So this is actually a really good matchup for us. I think we can actually pretty freely just go for a knockoff here. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. We're just going to go straight for a knockoff as this thing is just going to U-turn out. Going to do some chip damage, but not too much to us, and of course get the pivot. So the good thing about this is we will be able to get a knockoff and remove the item of whatever she decides to come in with. It is going to be the Corviknight, so that thing's coming in, and it does have the pressure coming into play, which is fine. We do go for the knockoff here. Not going to actually going to do quite a lot of damage to that thing, almost half, and we get rid of the Clear Amulet. That does quite a lot of damage. That was pretty awesome, and we do get some HP back with the Black Sludge. So I think in this situation we just switch into Metagross. I think that's our best play here. So we're not going to hesitate. We're just going to go ahead and switch right into Metagross against this thing. I don't think there's a ton that this thing can do to Metagross, but we'll find out as there it is. And she does go for the Taunt, so that's completely fine. We can't use status moves with the Metagross, but that's completely fine because we have no status moves on this Metagross. So I think what we can do here, I'm not 100% sure what she is going to want to do, but we're just going to go straight for a Thunder Punch, try to get as much damage as possible. She is just going to straight up switch the Corviknight, interestingly enough, and go ahead and switch in directly with the Volcarona. So that thing is coming in. We are going to get a Thunder Punch off, max attack. It is going to do about a third damage to this thing, which is nice, but we do get burned on the Flame Body, so that is really unfortunate for us, as we do take some damage from the burn. So that is really going to decrease the viability of Metagross in this one, unfortunately, due to the fact that obviously we're a purely physical attacker. So this thing could easily Quiver Dance right now. However, Metagross being burned, I kind of don't see much of a point in switching it. So we're just going to go for the Earthquake here to try and chip this thing. It does, in fact, go for a Quiver Dance to get that special attack, special defense, and speed increase, as we are going to go ahead and get an Earthquake in return here. We are burned, so it does cut our attack stat. It still does good damage to this thing, knocking it down to about a quarter HP. And then we do get some HP back from the leftovers and take some burn damage. So in this situation, the taunt is going to go away, not that it matters. We could go for a Bullet Punch here, however, it's going to do pretty negligible damage to this thing. It is resisted and we are burned. But getting that little bit of chip damage might be helpful. So I'm thinking about whether or not it's worth it. I feel like she definitely attacks this turn. So we are just going to Bullet Punch to get that last little bit of chip as we get the Bullet Punch there. Going to do a little bit, again, not too much of anything to this thing, as she does go for the Flamethrower in return. Does definitely take us out at +1, and Metagross goes down, and we go down to 5 Pokemon, but not much we could do to avoid that situation. So now we have a little bit of a choice to make. What do we bring in to face this thing is the question. I kind of don't want to pop the Hitmonlee strategy off just yet. I feel like, how do we want to handle this? I mean, we could come in with one of our priority mons, but unfortunately, if we do, we run the risk of getting flame bodied again. It's kind of a tough decision. I think we're going to go ahead and come with the Moltres, actually, because outside of a Terra, this thing can't really hurt us, I don't think. With the normal coverage moves that this thing gets, it can't really do anything to us, I don't think. So she definitely could Terra and try to take us out here. Do we predict the Terra, though? That's the question. We could try to predict the Terra, but I don't know if that's going to work out for us. I don't think we can try to predict the Terra. I feel like we just go for the Air Slash here. So she is actually going to stay in Flamethrower, as it doesn't do too much damage to us. We go for the Air Slash in return, and from that range, that will finish the Volcarona off, fortunately, and knock her down to 5 Pokemon. So it's a good thing we didn't overthink that one. Yeah, that works for us. So now she's going to go ahead and come in with the Milotic, kind of as expected. In this situation, we don't really have much business staying in on Milotic, so I feel like we just go out. We could go into either the Muck or the Superior to face this thing. I kind of want to just make the obvious play and go into the Superior, because we'll have a good time dealing with this thing with Superior unless it's an offensive set, so we're going to go ahead and do just that. So there is the Superior, and she is going to go for the Substitute, which is unfortunate. Going to go ahead and get that set up on us, so that's not great. And she is going to regain some HP with the Leftovers. So we're going to go ahead and just Leaf Storm here. I don't think there's any reason not to, so that's exactly what we're going to do, as she's actually just going to straight up switch the Milotic out, not wanting to give us any opportunity to set up with the Superior. Going into the Corviknight here, going to get the pressure coming into play, which is fine. We are going to go for the Leaf Storm. Not going to do too much damage as it is resisted to X4, but we do get the contrary sharp special attack increase, which is exactly what we need. Now, we could easily Terra and take this thing out right now. I don't know if I want to spend my Terra on Superior or not. That's going to be kind of the million-dollar question right now, is do we burn our Terra on Superior? I kind of want to, honestly, just because Superior is set up already. I don't want to really give this Corviknight an opportunity to roost or anything like that. So, you know what? I think we are going to go ahead and Terrastalize and try to take this thing out with a Terra Blast Fire and hope she doesn't see it coming. So, there we go. Going to Terrastalize our Superior into a Fire type here, losing our prior weaknesses and gaining valuable coverage with that Terra Blast Fire. So there it is, as we do outspeed, obviously. Going to go for that +2 Terra Blast Fire. From that range should definitely be more than enough to finish that Corviknight off, as indeed it is. And the Corviknight goes down, and she goes down to 4. So that's pretty good for us, as Superior's looking pretty good right now. And yeah, we'll see what she wants to do. Okay, she's going to go ahead and come in with the Milotic once again. So honestly, this is an indication to me that she might be going for a Terra here. So, because I don't think there's any reason to bring Milotic in here unless she Terras. So, what would she Terra into is the question. That I don't know the answer to. But I feel like the Terra is definitely coming, so we're going to try to predict the Terra here. And I think we're going to try to go for the +2 Dragon Pulse to just get neutral coverage. Because I feel like she definitely Terras into something that resists grass here. But what could it be? Yeah, I feel like we could just go for the +2 Leaf Storm anyway and get up to +4. You know what? We're just going to do that. I don't really want to overpredict, so we're going to do that. As she actually doesn't Terra, we go for the +2 Leaf Storm, and it is enough to go ahead and take the Milotic out, knocking her down to 3 Pokemon. So I don't know what the plan was there. Perhaps she was trying to get me to overpredict, maybe. But we make the obvious play, and it definitely gets us ahead. So now she's going to go ahead and come in with the Torterra. So this could definitely be a problem. This thing could definitely be Terraing now and trying to do something to us. So I think now that we're at +4, I think she could Terra, obviously, with this thing, but you know what? I think we're just going to make the obvious play again and continue to just do that, as it hasn't failed us yet, and we're just going to go Terra Blast Fire at +4. She does actually go ahead and not Terra, so we go for the +4 Terra Blast Fire here. Gonna go ahead and knock this thing all the way down to a Focus Sash, which unfortunately it does survive because of, and then it goes for a Headlong Rush in return. Unfortunately, that will be enough to go ahead and one-shot our Superior outright, and that is going to knock us down to, I believe, 4 Pokemon. But that's okay. Superior punched some huge holes in the team there, and that's obviously great for us. So at this point, I think what we want to do... How do we want to handle this? I think we just go ahead and come in with the Hitmonlee. I think that's our play. So we're going to go ahead and come in with Hitmonlee. Now, we could try to pop our normal gem fake out strategy here. However, they do have that ghost immunity in the Dragapult, so I kind of don't want to do that just yet. So we're just going to go ahead and go for a knockoff here, as she does just stay in. We do get the knockoff to go ahead and finish the Torterra and knock her down to 2 Pokemon. So that is definitely good news for us. So we'll see what she wants to come in with here in response. It is going to be the Darkrai. So that thing's coming in now. This thing will definitely outspeed us, unfortunately. I think what we're going to do here is we are just going to switch out into the Moltres, because we want to be able to reset, being able to go for Fake Out here, as this thing is actually going to pop a Quick Claw, interestingly enough, to move first, but it's not going to matter because we're going for the switch anyway. So we're going to switch directly into the Moltres here, as she is going to go for a Hypnosis. Unfortunately, does connect with the Hypnosis, despite the low accuracy, to put the Moltres to sleep. So the Bad Dreams are going to go ahead and inflict some damage to us as well, which is not great. And I think we do have a guaranteed turn of sleep here, so we're just going to try to Fire Blast, but obviously we are still going to be asleep, as she goes for the Dream Eater, is going to do some decent damage to us there, as we are still asleep the first turn. And then we are going to get hurt by the Bad Dreams. So it doesn't look like Moltres is going to survive this encounter here, but there's not much we can do about it. We're just going to click Fire Blast again. As this thing goes for a Dream Eater once again, it is going to be more than enough to finish our Moltres off, knocking us down to 3 Pokemon. But that is okay. We do still have answers in the form of the Hitmonlee, so we're going to go ahead and come back in with that. Now, the only thing we can do, or the best thing we can do here, even if they make the switch into the Dragapult to have the immunity, I think we just go for the Fake Out here anyway, as she does stay in, knowing she's going to outspeed us. However, we do go for the Fake Out, pop the normal gem to increase Fake Out's power, do some decent chip damage to that thing, get the flinch, activate Unburden to double our speed, and now we should definitely be faster than this thing, as we are going to go for the close combat. And so there we do outspeed it with our speed doubled, go for the close combat. It is enough to go ahead and take that Darkrai out and knock her down to just 1 Pokemon, as we do take those defense drops as well. So the final Pokemon here for her is going to be the Dragapult, I believe. So we will see what she wants to do with that. So there is the Dragapult coming back in. And so, honestly, because Dragapult is so fast, even with our speed doubled and max speed investment on the Hitmonlee, I don't know if we outspeed this thing hilariously enough. But we're going to find out. We're just going to go ahead and go for the knockoff here, as she is going to go ahead and Terrastallize now. So what type is the Dragapult going to turn into here? It is going to be a Stellar type. So she goes ahead and busts out a Terra Stellar Dragapult. We do still outspeed, fortunately, go for the knockoff. And because there is no type change there, we actually get a critical hit. I don't know if that mattered or not. But we are going to go ahead and take that Dragapult down in one shot thanks to it. And that is game, as we knock the Citrus Berry off. So we are going to win that one 3-0 against Sirius. But that was a really good match, actually. Pretty fun one, pretty competitive one. And a pretty clean one as well. And yeah, good showcase of Hitmonlee and some others. So, That's it. Thanks for watching again, everybody. Hope you all enjoyed. Please hit that like button, leave a comment, and or subscribe if you did enjoy, and stay tuned for more new battles in the future. So, that's it, and we'll see you next time.